Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So we have a new version of the Vivaldi web browser for desktop, version 6.1, which started rolling out just a short while ago today on the 8th of June. Now this latest upgrade, version 6.1, if you are wanting to try and use Bing Chat and haven't been able to up until recently, 6.1 now bypasses restrictions to access Bing Chat. So as I've been posting previously, if you were wanting to access the new Bing with the chatbot ChatGPT in other browsers over and above Microsoft Edge, you were not able to. And now that is something that could be changing in the future, but now Vivaldi bypasses those restrictions with version 6.1. So Vivaldi kind of pushing ahead of the pack. And now if you want to access the new Bing, you can do so straight from the Vivaldi web browser without being blocked and having to head over to Microsoft Edge. Now, Vivaldi says about this this bypass to bypass the restrictions. There are people who would like to try Bing Chat, but have been unable to do so as they would need to use Microsoft Edge for that, as I've mentioned. They carry on to say, now we have taken additional steps to ensure that you get to use Bing Chat. And what is happening now is that Vivaldi will masquerade as Microsoft Edge when visiting Bing. So basically, it's acting as though it is the actual Edge browser instead of Vivaldi. And those are additions to the Chromium engine, which the browser is based on. And this means that you can access Bing Chat using Vivaldi, as we can see. So if you are wanting to use Bing Chat in a third-party browser and you haven't been able to until recently, then Vivaldi gives you access to the new Bing. And something to take note of, if you do want to have longer conversations, you will just need to sign in with your Microsoft account. I haven't, but nonetheless, if you don't sign in, you'll only get 5 chat turns per session. But if you do sign in, you'll get those 30 chat turns per session, as I have been posting, and also access to history and 300 total chats per day. So that's the first new improvement rolling out to version 6.1 of the Vivaldi web browser. And in the last release, version 6, Vivaldi introduced Workspaces on the desktop, which is actually a nice handy feature if you want to kind of tidy up using multiple tabs. And as mentioned, Workspaces lets you quickly switch between sets of tabs and keep your tab bar tidy, says Vivaldi. And what they have rolled out now in version 6.1 is the ability to use tab stacks, which are groups, and tab tiling, which is a split screen view within the Workspaces. So that's a couple of extra additions. And you also have the ability now to drag and drop and rearrange different workspaces as per your preference. So as an example, you can drag and drop those as to your personal preference, which I actually think is a nice move in the right direction. So Workspaces are now improved in version 6.1 of the browser. And then moving on to the next new feature, you can also now copy and share links from tabs and tab stacks. And so as an example, if I just head back to Bing, just as an example, if I right-click on that actual tab now, you'll see copy link. And this is actually a nice feature. So you can actually just copy that link of that tab, and obviously you can save that for later access reference. And that's just by right-clicking and, as mentioned, just clicking on copy link. And you can also use this same functionality, says Vivaldi, with your Workspaces as well. So I actually think that's actually a nice handy feature that has rolled out. And over and above that, that's basically the key highlights. And something else to take note of is that there is a new onboarding experience that will now greet new users, says Vivaldi, and introduce them to the browser, which will guide new users through some of the core features to make Vivaldi work for them. And I did notice that when I first launched after the update, it did have a new tab that was available with that onboarding experience, just going through some of the main new features for the actual browser, which I actually think is also another nice move if you are new to Vivaldi and would like some updates to the latest version upgrade. Now, if you are using Windows and you'd like to double check if you have this latest update, because obviously all these improvements I am talking about will only be applied after the update has been installed, just head to your menu, help, check for updates, and this process will update the browser if it hasn't done so already. And this time, if we just head back to the About page, and I'll just zoom in here quickly so we can see this just a little bit better in the video. Latest version in build now, 6.1.3035.51. And the good news is that the Chromium platform, which the browser is based on, is now also upgraded. As I did mention previously, it would very soon be upgraded to the latest version. That has also been upgraded now to Chrome version 114, which will obviously carry all the improvements from that Chromium engine, which will now be included in the Vivaldi web browser. And over and above those key highlights I've mentioned in today's video, if we just quickly have a look at the Vivaldi releases, there is a lot going on behind the scenes. Too much to mention in this video. And I have gone through these key highlights, as we can see. But you'll notice in the changelog, there are numerous changes from 6 to 6.1. And I'll leave a link to this changelog down below if you'd like to go check this out more in depth, because there are numerous fixes, improvements, add-ons, and updates. And obviously, if you have been experiencing any issues in the browser, just double check you are up to date, because as you can see, plenty fixes and improvements rolling out over and above those new features, which will be of benefit to you if you have been experiencing any issues. So that's the latest version, version 6.1, which started rolling out earlier today on the 8th of June, 2023. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.